Hi Revolution English learners, this is Miriam and Peter, and today we are going to talk about finding people to have conversations with every day.
So why are conversations such an important part of learning English?
Conversations are such an important part of our daily lives because they are the most effective way to practice your English.
This reminds me of the way that kids learn languages. You might think there's something about kids' brains that make it easier for them to learn languages, but actually that's not true.
Not true at all. Kids learn languages faster because they are constantly learning through conversations. They have to. They have no other choice.
Right. And that is the best way to learn, having conversations with lots of people. So starting today, you're going to have conversations in English with someone new every day.
We find that there are a few places where students often find the best conversation partners. Here are a few places to start.
First, is there anyone in your home who speaks English? Do you have kids? We find that kids between the ages of 5 and 12 are great conversation partners. They will speak to you in English if you ask them. You can read children's books to them, which is great practice.
Teenagers sometimes don't have the patience to switch to speaking to you in English, but younger kids will usually follow your lead. If you switch to English, they will do too.
That's something you did in your home, right?
Yes, that was what I did. If I had any speech that I had to deliver or any lesson that I had to learn, everybody in the house will be speaking in English. And if they switch to our own language or our first language, I will answer in English anyways.
That's amazing. And even if you go as far as Miriam did, you can start carving out just 1 hour a day when you only speak English at your home.
If you spend a lot of time at work, this is a critical place to find conversation partners. So, are there any English speakers at your workplace? How can you start conversations with them?
So switching to English conversations at work can be huge. It is too easy to stay in your comfort zone and to only talk with people who speak your language. So you have to make a decision every day to push out of your comfort zone and to start conversations in English.
It might help to tell your coworkers that you're trying to practice English. People want to help and they will be patient with you, particularly if they know that you are trying to learn.
So we've seen students who have switched 3 to 4 hours a day of conversations to English from their native language just by changing who they talk with at work. And once you start those relationships with English speakers at work, it gets so much easier to keep connecting with them and keep practicing.
All day long, you have the opportunity to start English conversations during your daily tasks. When you go shopping, go and talk to the checkers in English. When you go to the doctor, start speaking in English. When you pick your kids up from school, talk with other parents in English.
So you can even make up reasons to start a conversation with people on the street. You can just ask for directions or ask where the nearest store is.
At revolutionenglish.org, we've created a list of easy conversation starters that you can use to spark these conversations.
Here are 2 last tricks to get the most out of your conversations. First, it's important to get feedback about your speaking, to have conversation partners who will correct you.
Now, you might be able to get a few partners who you can ask them to correct you. You can ask them to be a conversation partner. But for most people, it won't be that formal.
Right, but there's a way to get feedback from anyone you talk with. After you say a sentence that you're not sure was correct, just ask, did I say that right?
People will be happy to correct you and help you to say it again. By asking people, did I say that right? You invite everyone to become your tutor.
The other trick is to carry a little booklet and a pen with you everywhere so you can write down words that you learned from conversations. That's something you used to do, right, Miriam?
Yes, I did. Every time that I heard a word that I didn't know what it meant, I would just write it down. Write the meaning and write a sentence because I will ask people to help me with that. Ended up being a big, fat book.
I'm sure it did. So, by writing down the words, you're more likely to remember them and you'll have a chance to review them later.
So that's it. Get out there and start having more conversations.
Set a goal of at least 1 conversation with a new person every day. Use our conversation starters and don't forget to have fun.
Good luck and keep practicing. And if you have friends learning English, don't forget to share this video on Facebook. Click the link below.